Saturday morning. It's December the 16th and Vlogmas day 16. I just got up and I actually did sleep in a little bit, but I stayed up later too, so I don't know, does that really count? Anyway, I have a million things I should do today, but I'm definitely starting out with some knitting. Obviously my square. I finished one of Glenn's Christmas socks yesterday and the other one I'm on the toe, so that should get done today too. So when those are done, I'll show you both. I thought about showing you the first one this morning, but what's the point? You'll see it and then you end up seeing it all at the same time anyway. So anyways, it's mini time. I feel like, you know the slogan, it's Miller time? Mine's it's mini time. Alright, this is another one without the brand or dyer name on it, but there's the colorway name. It's Lust, and it's a mauvey, purpley, pinky, pretty color. I wish I knew who it was by. I guess there were some that I had just in the bottom of my minis bin that had fallen out of the package, so I think that explains why this one doesn't have a dyer and the other one that I pulled out a while ago didn't have a dyer. So anyway, they knit up just the same even if I don't know who they are. There is my square of the day all knit up, good to go. It was nice to be able to knit it in one setting instead of having to start it before work and finish it after work. And that was the bottom of the next row, row 8 across. And yeah, it's getting bigger. Oh my gosh, you guys, I actually have a finished object, if you can believe that. Glenn's socks for Christmas are done. It's a sock dance. Anyway, really happy to have these finally off the needles. They felt like they took forever. Again, just a quick recap about the socks. They are knit in Patton's Croy Clover colors on a 2.5 millimeter needle, which is a US 1.5, I think. I never use the US numbers. In the Simple Skip pattern, SKYP, free on Ravelry. Makes a nice ribbed pattern. He tried on the one that I finished last night and said they're a little tight, but I know they'll stretch out. He wants me to try the mini heel flap adjustment from Meenan's pattern next time. He doesn't have a high arch, which is why I was never concerned, but he always complains they're tight right here. So I'll give that a try on the next pair and see what happens. In case you're wondering, or any of you are keeping track or even know about it, I have been on a yarn diet since August 8th, I think is the day, and self-imposed. If you saw my yarn stash, you know exactly why. And my stats on that right now, which I will post a picture of, it's been 130 days since I last bought any yarn. Does not include gift yarn. I have used 20 skeins out of my stash, which even though I went to a third ball for these, I only counted 2 because I still had like 35 grams left. The thing about that though is that it's going to go into my cozy memories eventually and then my crochet granny stripe, so it's never going to count as out, but I guess it is what it is. And that makes for the 15th project completed without buying any yarn, so I'm really happy about that. Yeah, keeping track has 100% helped my motivation to not buy yarn, because when Black Friday came around, I was looking so hard for yarn sales, anything that, you know, just I couldn't live without. And as I started to look, just nothing was worth breaking my streak, I guess, as weird as that sounds. But yeah, so I'm keeping on. One day I will buy more yarn because I'll want to. And eventually, maybe I'll run out. We'll see. Alright guys, I'll check in with you later. Oh my gosh, you guys, I have another finished object. I started it today, I finished it today, and I'm still in my pajamas. It is afternoon, but I plan on actually being productive now. So anyway, my finished object is my very first Bluebird of Happiness. Clearly it's not actually blue, but this is made out of the same yarn as Glenn's Christmas socks. And I had an idea recently to make a Bluebird of Happiness for every pair of socks that I finish. That way I can have kind of like a little exclusively knit ornament tree in here. It won't hold still, sorry. There we go. I know it's not the best view. It's kind of hard to show off. Anyway, I don't know if you count that as an actual project, but that would make project number 16 that's finished. Couple things about this. I knit this on the same needles as the sock needles, so 2.5 millimeter. The original pattern calls for worsted and is obviously much bigger. So it's a free pattern. I'm not giving anything away. But the way the pattern is written, you knit everything and then you stuff it through the tail before you close it up. And that opening was so stinking small, it was really almost impossible to stuff. In fact, I thought about how bad would it look if I didn't stuff it. But anyway, I managed to get some stuffing in there and close it up. The other thing that I don't love is the beak. It looks kind of funny, but I think from a distance it's fine. And I mean, clearly you can tell what it is or what it's supposed to be. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go hang it on the tree and I'll show you guys. There it is, Bluebird of Happiness on the tree. And you can kind of see, I guess, size-wise in comparison to the other ornaments, but I think it looks pretty good. Hopefully I get a little bit better at it as I make more of them. Oh my goodness, you guys, I have been busy. See those ones with the dogs on them? Those are for the dogs. And this guy right here knows it. Although he's not smelling that package, so I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to go put these under the tree, and Glenn should probably be quite surprised when he gets home. Sorry for the weird view. My iPad is propped up really interestingly. But today is sock washing day, and I just realized I am getting really close to being out of my Eucalan. I thought I bought some of this recently. I'm going to have to check in my craft room. Maybe I didn't. Anyway, I'm going to fill up the sink with some water and put some of this in. And then I think I'll show you some of Glenn's socks that are in there. I mean, I know they're dirty, but they still look like socks. And I'll show you the one pair of socks that I haven't shown you actually wearing them yet, because you'll notice I have quit showing my daily socks, and that's because you have seen them all with the exception of one pair. So hang tight, I'm going to get some water going. Alright, I got my sink full of water. Yeah. Hopefully you're seeing a sink. Yep, I see bubbles. Again, I really wish I could use my iPhone for this, but for whatever reason, the sound doesn't want to work. I do want to tell you before I put it in, one thing I like to add is just a little bit of vinegar, not too much. I think all these socks, well, I know all these socks have been washed before, so bleeding shouldn't be a problem, but just in case. I also have some color catchers, but again, I don't see any of these being a real problem. So one thing I like to do, it's never been an issue before, is I like to make sure I have both socks before I actually dump them in. Maybe I'll take some time to actually show you too. Like, I remember telling you that I could see some pilling on these socks. I think it was hard to see while I was wearing them, but you can definitely see it there. That's the heel. Purple vanilla. Alright, this is a pair that I knit for Glenn. In fact, I just finished these not too long ago. They're supposed to be his March socks, but I just got done. This is the exact same yarn that I used for my Christmas socks, except I overdyed some of mine with red. Ice Yarns mini sock, if you're wondering. This is a blueberry waffle sock that I made for Glenn. It is with a crazy Zauber ball. He says this is his favorite pair, which I think is so weird because I didn't love knitting with this yarn at all. It's quite thin and really expensive for how thin it is. Now I'm not, oh yes, I found it. I was saying, watch this be the one time I can't find both socks. Oh, I have one more, at least one more pair of his in here. These are the vanilla latte pattern. Again, ice yarn mini sock. I think I made these for Glenn in February. Oh, one more. He's actually been wearing his socks. That's good. This pair is also blueberry waffles. It is his favorite fitting pattern. Blueberry waffles in Patton's Croy Cadet colors. Oh, and then I will show you the one pair of mine that you haven't seen before. And these are the Rose City Rollers. This doesn't even look like a sock right now. It's been in the basket too long. There we go. So I did a contrasting toe, contrasting heel, and other than that, I mean, well, I guess even that, it's all knit exactly as the pattern. This was the very first time I ever did a heel flap and gusset, and for whatever reason, these fit me fantastically. I don't know why. I wish I wore short socks more often. You know what? There's actually two more pairs of blends in here. Nope, that's one I already showed you. But there is this pair. I don't remember what these are called. This was one of Mina's sock collection socks. Sorry for the sound of the washing machine in the background. Alright, so I think that's all. I'm not sure if Glenn has other pairs of socks that I haven't shown here. I think he's got 8 or 9 now, so there are probably a couple more pairs that you haven't seen. But it's good to know he actually wears them. Alright, so I'm going to let those soak while the washing machine finishes, and when it's done I will put them on a spin cycle. I only do the spin to get all the out all the excess water, and then I'll show you how I set them up to dry. Alright, we have a Christmas party to go to tonight, so I'm going to go get ready for that. I swear I am getting out of my pajamas today, and I probably will edit and upload this now. I know I said I was going to show you how I set my socks up to dry, but I'll take some video and put it in for tomorrow, and so you guys can see that. So I'll get this edited and get it up. Hope you guys have a fantastic weekend.